Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 and our Newcastle United series at the start of the month of February. The January transfer window has closed and there have been players coming in and out. There was actually some transfer drama right at the end, but if we have a look at our transfer history, I mean, we spent £176 million now on players, recuperating 66 million. The big bit of drama was though that Chancel Mbemba had a bid come in from Atletico Madrid for about 14 million, which we rejected. He became unhappy and about 20 players came to me unhappy that we rejected that bid. There was then a bid from Roma for about 17 million, which I rejected, and finally Atletico came back in with an offer that I think to begin with was quite low, 17.5 million, but with pretty much guaranteed add-ons, he is going to hit £24 million, which is quite a nice return on a player that cost just under 9. I didn't want to let him go, but I felt like with that money and the squad unhappy, that wasn't exactly what I wanted. So we did let him go, and in return, we just pulled in Jose Font for 250k. He's a non-player, he won't be here for long, but he fits the system well. He's got Premier League experience, and he's still a decent player. He can rotate in and out of the squad as required. Now, the other two players to come in, one is Danny Drinkwater, who we got at a steal for 11.5 million. He will fit right into the team and be an excellent addition to our midfield, and he's English, which definitely helps. And the final one is a player that you guys suggested down in the comments last episode. He's called Rodrigo. He can play as an inside forward on the left, but for us, he will be playing up front, so we're going to need to train him up. But he's already got 5 under-20 caps and 1 goal. He's got excellent stats for an 18-year-old. And you guys told me that apparently he has won the Ballon d'Or a few times in your saves, so I'm hoping we can develop him into a player who is just that good. If we look at his career stats, you can see that he did get 6 goals across 18 appearances before, with an average rating of 7.13. He's currently unable to get a work permit in the UK, so I've sent him off on loan to Malaga, and I think it'll probably take a couple of seasons for him to get enough game time to be able to get a work permit in the UK. So he will just be out, but even in the worst case, if he's out on loan all the time and eventually we sell him, we will certainly make a profit on him. So I'm quite happy with the transfer business, to be honest. Losing Mbemba was a bit of a blow, but you can see with Lascelles, Lemos and Smalling in defence, we're perfectly fine. We've also got Adora Bioyo and Font who can cover in those positions. There's no problems there. Sanabria is back from injury and on the bench for this one. Danny Drinkwater is also on the bench. He could make his debut coming off there today. But at the moment, I'm happy with Andre and Fernandez in midfield, so they will continue in this FA Cup match against Bournemouth. We've also got Perez, Pinamonte and Coutron playing up front together for possibly the last time before Sanabria and Keane come back from fitness. And then in defence, we've got Haidara, Lascelles, Lemos, Smalling and Manquillo, with Tom Heaton and new vice-captain in goal after Jack Colback left the club. If we just look ahead as well to the other 2 games we'll play today, we are on an excellent run of form at the moment, with that draw to Liverpool the only blemish, and even that was a result of my poor tactics. But we will be getting into that really tough run of fixtures today. We've got Bournemouth at home first in the FA Cup, but then it's Spurs at home, Arsenal away, City at home, Chelsea away. That will decide our season. Where we are at the end of those 4 games will be a big indicator as to whether we are going to make the Champions League next season or not. So we need to get a win today because I'd like a bit of cup success, but ultimately it's about keeping that morale going into those massive games. Lemos with a free kick, still in the first minute here. He pushes the ball forward to Manquillo. It comes to Andre. He then finds Haidara in a very good position. He can whip across him, which he does. It's cleared out by Cook, and Arta can get it further away, but I don't think... Oh, they do have somebody up there. It's Wilson, who beats our defender so easily. He's got loads of space to pick out a pass. He finds Afobe, but Tom Heaton with an excellent save, and he is definitely a huge improvement on Onana in goal. We've got a free kick by Lemos here. We've seen him score them in the past, but he plays it off to Haidara. He puts the cross in. It's cleared out by Afobe, but straight back to Haidara. Once again, they get it away. Manquillo this time picking the loose ball up. Still players to aim for. He goes to Gedson on the edge of the area. Now Andre. Back to Gedson once more. His shot is blocked and Guardado sends it forward. Guardado rather. Now Gedson puts it over the top for Manquillo in a lot of space. He's got players in the middle. He puts it in. Pinamonte's there. And he does get the ball in the back of the net at the second time of asking. A very good finish by him there to make it 1-0. Haidara with the throw-in, half an hour gone in this game, and he's given the ball away to Jordan Ibe, who launches it forward, and again Callum Wilson is running in behind because we don't have the wing back far enough back. His cross in and a Phobe denied by Heaton for the second time in the same circumstances. Andre midfield, trying to create something. He pushes it forward towards Haidara, who plays in a Jose Perez. He's in behind the defence. He goes for goal. And that is the reason he will not be continuing when Sanabria comes back from injury. Guardado with the corner for Bournemouth. He puts it in at the near post. Manquillo gets it away. Eyed to Arta, but Gedson cleans up very well in midfield before giving the ball away. And Wilson this time does beat Tom Heaton in goal. Nothing Tom Heaton could really do there. It's a well-placed shot into the bottom corner, and terrible defensive mistake from Gedson has allowed Bournemouth a way back into this game, and the last thing I want is a replay. So we need to score again. Gedson puts the ball in. Lascelles is in there, but he puts it over the crossbar. Corner by Danny Drinkwater making his debut, finds Lascelles, and it is over the bar again by Lascelles. I rejected some £12 million bids for Lascelles in the transfer window. He's not exactly showing me why I did that at the moment. We do also have Sanabria on the pitch as well as we try and get this late goal. The front three looking very strong, but with just 10 minutes left, it looks like we could well be going to a replay if we don't sort this out soon. So I'm going to bring Saive on in midfield to hopefully give us some fresher legs there. But here's the throw in for Bournemouth. Lenglet puts it into Guardado. Now he switches it over to Arke in midfield. Gives the ball away to Haidara. Now we can counter-attack with Sanabria. He puts it forward to Cutrone. There's a ball in behind and he finds Pinamonte in on goal. And Begovic with a very good stop, denying us what surely would have been the winning goal in this game. Now we have a corner by Danny Drinkwater. He puts it towards the edge of the area. Pinamonte into Cutrone. Shot blocked. And Manquillo might be outpaced here. Now he gets to the ball. Manquillo on the wrong flank for him. He puts the cross in. Pinamonte's header and Begovic with the stop. Pinamonte was onside there as well. That could have been another chance for a winning goal. But here we are, just a minute of normal time left, 4 minutes of added time. But it doesn't look like we are going to squeeze out the goal here as Haidara puts the throw in towards Sanabria and the full-time whistle goes. It will be an FA Cup replay after we have failed to beat Bournemouth, which is not really good enough from our team. But it does give us a chance to G them up a little bit. A very good run is still continuing as unbeaten at the moment, but we do need to step it up because the games are about to get so much tougher. Well, we've at least had a week's rest after that Bournemouth game to prepare ourselves for a huge match with Spurs, who are currently sitting in 6th place in the league. We have dropped down to 5th because Arsenal won both of their games in hand, but we're only 1 point off Chelsea, who have played 1 game more than us. So if we win, we will solidify for the first time our position in the top 4. We will also push Spurs 5 points behind us if we win. If they win, it all becomes much more difficult. So we at least need to get a draw today to draw level with Chelsea and keep Spurs at bay. But ideally we need to get the win, and we are benefiting from having Sanabria back from injury and in the starting 11 alongside Cutrone and Pinamonte. We then have Andre joined by Drinkwater for his first start, with Haidara, Lascelles, Lemos, Smalling and Manquillo in defence and Tom Heaton in goal. Cutrone with the ball, edge of the area. He has a strike, but it goes straight into the arms of Lloris. That highlight began right at the end of our chance, so maybe a sign that there's something else to come here. Worth noting that Drinkwater did pick up a knock just 5 minutes into his first full start for the club, so he has been replaced by Fernandez as Spurs come forward here with Aurier. He switches the flank towards Harry Kane. Now Rose attacking down the left, puts the cross in towards Kane, and he has scored. It's in off the crossbar, off the line and over in towards the back of the net. A really disappointing way to go behind. Our one real positive is that we are at home and Spurs are struggling for fitness, especially compared to us. So maybe in the last 20 minutes or so we can take advantage of that, but this is a really difficult position to be in. We are matching Spurs overall though, and we've got a chance here with Haidara's throw-in. It does come to Cutrone. Now Andre back to Haidara again. He puts the cross in early and deep towards Pinamonte. Eriksson heads it further away, but Andre picks up. Manquillo is free on the right. He's got players to look for. He finds Pinamonte. He's in on goal, forced away, and then sends it back to Gedson on the edge of the area. We need to get the cross in, really. That's where we do well. Pinamonte in a good position. Pulls it back to Manquillo. Ball into Sanabria, and I think he's back-heeled that into the back of the net. It's gone down as a delete own goal, and it is 1-1. Excellent work by the team at the top end there and we have managed to pull ourselves back on. And as this game goes on, we will be able to control it because those fitness levels are really poor for Spurs. Now Cutrone switches the ball over to Gedson in the middle. Manquillo on the right, puts in Pinamonti. He's beaten the defender. He's through on goal. And Pinamonti makes it 2-1. We have turned Spurs over in about 5 minutes here at St James's Park. And we have moved up to 3rd place in the Premier League table. Absolutely sensational stuff by the team coming from behind, and now Gedson puts the ball in from a corner. Lascelles in there, has been fouled, and we have a penalty. We can move further away from Spurs just before half time. It should be Andre, I think, to take this penalty. I might be wrong on that. It is Andre who steps up, and Andre does score into the bottom corner. 3-1 we lead Spurs after falling behind. An excellent testament to the mentality of our team, and we are absolutely doing so well right now, and the second half is just going to get harder for Spurs because they look like they've just gone through 90 minutes. Oh, Lemos has been sent off there for something that I didn't even see. It was just a little melee in the middle, and he has been sent off. I'm going to take Sanabria off for a defender, but this makes the last half an hour certainly somewhat more interesting. It also gives Jose Font his debut. We do have a 2-goal cushion that we can protect here, but it's just become an awful lot harder just as they've brought on 3 sets of fresh legs. And with 20 odd minutes to go, there's another highlight as Lascelles plays the ball forward to Haidara. This shouldn't really impact our defensive shape, and we've got Cutrone in behind. He's got a man in the middle. He puts it across. Pinamonti from point blank range makes it 4-1 against Spurs. That's his 20th goal of the season. We're only in February, and he's only, I think, 18 or 19 years old. He's a sensational striker who is going to do so well for us, and just after going down to 10 men, we have extended our lead rather than being pegged back, and this is a huge sign of how much strength in depth there is in the team. As Lascelles gets the ball with about 5 minutes to go, he's launching it over the field. Spurs can't deal with the runs in behind when they're this tired, and Pinamonti's in again, and he makes it 5-1. What a ball that was by Cutrone. Pinamonti with the hat-trick as we dispatch Spurs 5-1. He moves on to 21 goals now this season. And the front three for us have always just been exceptional this season. Now Cutrone lays it off again. The ball's into the middle. Gedson with the strike. Comes out to Cutrone. Puts it in. And Pinamonti is there for 6-1. I said the last 20 minutes are going to be tough for Spurs. And that is certainly proven to be the case. But Pinamonti now on 4 goals in this game. Absolutely sensational. There's still a full minute of added time here as Nastasic has the ball for Spurs. Silva in, Kane with the shot, Heaton with a comfortable save. But what a performance this has been by the team. The biggest scoreline I have had in FM 18. Haidara lays the ball off to Andre. Can it get better yet? Gedson plays it on to Andre again. Gedson then tries to get it out to the left, but it is cut out by Alderweireld. Lamela on, now Adrien Silva. Just look at the red rings around the Spurs players' names. They are really struggling. Kane has nothing left. He tries to play the ball off, can't even pick the pass. And Font, what a debut for him, coming off the bench when we were down to 10 men. Remember, we've got 10 men, and we're 6-1 up against Spurs at home in the Premier League. Absolutely incredible stuff. Pinamonti, if he'd taken the penalty, could have got 5 goals today. Absolutely unreal. I am very happy with that performance, and this was just as we thought. We were about to get into the really tough part of the season. Instead, we have moved up to 3rd place with 12 games left to play. We're only 1 point behind Manchester City in 2nd, although they do have a game in hand. How long is Drinkwater out? That's the other question we need to take a look at here. He is out just for 3 days. It's only a bruised ankle. Lemos, though, straight red card, is going to get a 2-week fine here because I do not want that becoming the usual thing. But Pinamonti, absolutely unreal. He has got so much potential. 16 finishing is the key thing. But if we look at his career stats, he's already got 19 Premier League goals and 5 assists in 24 games. For a £10 million signing, that is absolutely unreal. 22 goals across the season. He's actually scoring or assisting in more games than he's playing overall across all competitions. He's just absolutely incredible. So definitely pick up Pinamonti if you have the chance in your saves, because he is an absolute goal machine in that advanced forward position. Well, it is now time to take on Bournemouth in our FA Cup replay. It has messed around with our fixture list a little bit and means that we will be playing Arsenal in just 3 days' time. A very difficult run of fixtures, but hopefully then we'll have another FA Cup to break up the Arsenal and City games. So it does mean that the tough teams are not all back to back to back, which means that you could have that snowballing effect of morale dropping, which will hopefully serve us well and give us the best chance of getting some good results against the big teams, just like we did when we crushed Spurs 6-1. But I do want to beat Bournemouth. The FA Cup is a priority for me this season because it's our only chance of silverware now. So the team going out there is a pretty strong one. We're going to be playing with Pinamonti, Sanabria and Cutrone all up front, with Andre and Fernandez in midfield. Then there's Haidara, Lascelles, Jose Font for his first start alongside Smalling, Manquillo at right wing back, Heaton in goal, and Moise Keane finally back on the bench as he continues to recover from his broken toe. Begovic with the goal kick, sends it long, or out wide at least, and Guardo has lost the ball there as Cutrone is played in by Manquillo. He's got two players to pick out. He finds Pinamonti, who cannot stop scoring at the moment. 5 goals in his last 2 games. Absolutely sensational return from Pinamonti, and how many will he get today? Francis with the throw-in for Bournemouth, finds Santi Cazorla, Andre with a great tackle there, and Pinamonti has got to the loose ball. He turns, finds Cutrone really well there. Now they need to get forward. Manquillo in a good supporting position, got players around him. He does find Cutrone in behind. He then puts a cross in, but it's gone straight to the keeper. Sanabria picks up the loose ball, it comes back off the post, and is then cleared away by Jordan Ibe, but we were not far away from sneaking another goal. Jose Font plays the ball out wide to Haidara. He might dink one over the top, and he does. Pinamonti in behind, plays it across brilliantly, and Cutrone puts it in the back of the net, but the flag is up against Pinamonti. Free kick for Santi Cazorla. He's hit the wall there as the ball comes out. It does feel like it's only a matter of time until we get a second, and Cutrone here has the chance on the counter-attack. He switches the flank beautifully to Pinamonti. He's got a man over, he goes for goal. Little bit selfish there. Had he squared it, it definitely would have been 2-0. Francis with the throw-in into the second half now. He puts the ball into Jordan Ibe. Now Wilson. Not a lot of support, but he finds Guardado outside him. Smalling with a good header out. Arta picks up the loose ball. Finds Guardado again. There's an easy overlap there. He doesn't use it, and Smalling can clear quite comfortably. Gedson heads it forward. Pinamonti finds Cutrone there. Got there ahead of the defender. Now Sanabria. Not seen a lot from him since he came back from injury. Manquillo. Over to Gedson. Now Andre round the corner for Carmona, who's come on for Haidara with Manquillo switched to left. Carmona puts it in, Pinamonti was in there. Gedson can lay this off and he picks out Manquillo. Shot block, Gedson can shoot, instead he passes it. And this time Pinamonti flashes it over the bar. Gedson would not shoot to save his own life. Just the 15 minutes left to see out now. We are going to make another change just to try and keep things fresh in the middle. Andre can come off for Marino. We've already taken off Pinamonti and brought Ayoze Perez on because I've got an eye on that Arsenal game as well. I don't want the players being too tired, and Ibe puts the ball in, which is easily saved by Tom Heaton. Can we just clear this game out? It's still only 1-0 despite how much we've been dominating today, and Lascelles lays it off to Andre. Now Gedson pushes the ball out to Manquillo. He finds Andre once more, lays it off to Gedson. Ball excellently switched to find Carmona. Can he get the right ball in? He puts the crossover. Sanabria is in there, and he does get his first goal since returning from injury. 2-0, and we are definitely going into the 5th round of the FA Cup, where we will be taking on West Ham United. Free kick for Cutrone. Can he get the goal? He does. A beautiful free kick into the top corner. That means Pinamonti, Sanabria and Cutrone all scored in this game to give us our 3-0 lead. Could get worse for Bournemouth as Gedson puts a corner in. It does come out to Santi Cazorla. They can counter-attack here. Ball over the top finds Wilson as well. It's one-on-one. I know there's no defender, but Wilson gets past and he just comfortably slots the ball home. That was really, really poor from everybody involved defensively. Conceding from your own corner like that is just unacceptable. 4 minutes of added time as Bournemouth put the ball in from a throw-in. Why were they allowed so much space there on the far side? Had they scored then, it could have been a nervy 4 minutes of added time. But we do manage to get away with it. It should be another comfortable win for us here. Manquillo 10 seconds left on the clock, can maybe put a cross in. He finds Sanabria, might be a shot on here if he wants to. He does go for goal. Begovic with an easy save, and that will be the full-time whistle. A nice 3-1 win for us in the FA Cup, putting us through to the next round. It also keeps up our excellent form as we look ahead to the matches with Arsenal, City and Chelsea. But it breaks up those games as well by giving us another FA Cup match in between the Arsenal match and the next one. So a good episode today as we continue our excellent form. If we look at the schedule, you can see the green keeps on coming in the games that matter. Given that one of those draws was in the FA Cup and we beat Bournemouth in the replay, it doesn't really matter. But next time out, we will be taking on Arsenal away from home, West Ham at home, and then Manchester City at home as well. So some big games to come, especially given where we are in the league. Nearly every team has played here. We're currently in third place. Arsenal can still move above us, but we're 5 points clear of Spurs and 2 points clear of Chelsea. A brilliant position to be in as we look forward to games against all of the 3 teams around us. So do drop a like on the video if you're enjoying this season and the transfers that were made. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and you can also support the channel on Patreon and on Twitter by using the links in the description. But until next time, see ya.